that was wrecking their body was now becoming more like a familiar spirit to them. They were now becoming one with it. They no longer felt the pain and the anguish that it racked on their bodies. Now it seemed to enhance or even strengthen them. They felt the power in it that no longer plagued them with any injury or pain. And they suddenly had a revelation that they were truly becoming more than they were created. As they were coming on this recollection, the voice then appeared and says, I see that you are noticing the changes of the blessings of the plague lord. Good. You will notice more than just this as the days continue and as you carry on this mission. So the artifacts that you have received, the amulet you have allows you at least once during your missions, on each given mission, a chance to change fate. And you will notice that you will have one chance to change the outcome of fate that appears if you do not agree with the outcome. Second, the pouch that I gave you that has that potent elixir, it is more powerful in a way than what was inflicted upon you. It has the ability to morph or change whoever you give that elixir to. Either you pour it on someone to give it to them in a way that goes through the mouth, or it's poured on the skin, or by other means. So to give you an example of its power, I want you to pour that elixir into the water supply of the location when we arrive. Once you have, you will see a result that is going to change the current inhabitants of that location. With that, Baalakai embarked on his vessel and went to the coordinates that was provided by the voice. When he arrived, he did the voice commanded, and he took a portion of the pouch and poured the elixir into the water stream. And so for you guys, we're going to see that the first time the elixir happens, it rolls 3d6, and we're going to see what happens here. Oops, we have one dice that is cocked. So we appears that we have an 11. And what this did, it allowed 11 zombies to appear. And these guys here appeared before Baalakai and bowed to him. And he had saw that these guys were once a part of the local militia, but now they were servants to him. Baalakai smiled. He says, indeed, he's been given a rare gift and power. The voice then again appeared to him. As you can see, as I told you before, the plague warlord awards his servants. I want you to take this force and I want you to attack the remaining force of the local militia. They have a resource there that can aid you with your vessel. Take that resource, claim it. Use it to your advantage and build your forces. Oh, there's one other thing, Baalakai, Lord Ballakai, that I did not tell you about the amulet. It will also enhance your mental capability and will increase your leadership. Use these values and these traits wisely. Build your forces and bring glory to the Plague Lord. Hey guys, so welcome to mission number 3. And as you can see, Baalakai and his force, he has his zombies coming up. So these are unique zombies. So let me explain. When the militia were changed to zombies, they still had weapons and they can still shoot them, unlike the 40k zombies currently. Only thing is their ballistic skill has been reduced, so they're ballistic skill 2. Okay, so instead of them hitting on 4s, they need 5s to hit. And That's pretty much it. Their strength of it is still the same. Their toughness 3, except they have a feel no pain or 5 up. Also, in close quarters combat, if they reach the militia and they wound them, the militia guy doesn't die, but on a 4 up he turns into a zombie. Okay, so that's going to be the change for that. And here on this side is the zombies. The militia. They are going to go second. Zombies are going to be like they're coming in the fog. This is going to be a surprise attack from Baalakai, and they want to reach this relic here. See, so turn 1 coming up. Hey guys, that was the end of turn 1. The zombies moved forward and they shot at the militia but did no wounds, and the militia turned fire and was able to kill 3 zombies. So that was a good retaliation by the militia. Turn 2 coming up. Turn 2 was almost the same as turn 1, except 1 militia guy died and 2 zombies had died. And the militia starting to dwindle down the zombies a little bit. Zombies need to make a move to get closer if they're going to have any effect at all. Also, Baalakai and his unit also shot and did nothing. Turn 3 coming up. Wow, guys, the militia really dumped into the zombies, and it just annihilated them. When they got within rapid fire range, they poured into them and just wore those guys out. Wow. Baalakai's forces ain't looking too good right now, and the militia are looking very confident. There was only 1 of them died. Let's see what happens in the next turn. Hey guys, that was the end of that turn. I believe it's turn 4. Baalakai and his forces moved up, and they knew they had to get close, and they dumped their shots into the militia, but the militia's fortress, it held and protected them. It was lucky too. And the militia just dumped into these guys and they had heard about the Space Marines before, but it was only fable, and now they were in front of them, and they dumped a massive load of attacks into them and caused no wounds. Baalakai realized that the Plague Lord's blessing was indeed upon him, because with that many shots it should have done something to them, but instead they had a very hard time pressing to get into their armor, and then their toughness had also had increased. Baalakai was indeed pleased, and he looked at his comrades. Let's take them out. In this turn, Baalakai and his forces had charged into the militia, and the brave commander of the militia had seen what had happened, and he ordered them to shoot into the Marines, but to no avail. They were actually able to wound them, but the captain used his amulet and was able to assist in one of his comrades who would have died. But as he had it, he used the amulet and changed his fate. And so the captain, he looked at the captain of the 6th, challenged into the Imperial militia, and the militiaman knew he was in dire straits, but he was not going to be a coward in front of his men, and so he went ahead with the challenge. And the captain, who grabbed his mighty weapons, he allowed the militiaman to swing. So the militia captain is going to swing, and he was able to hit once, and he was actually able to wound the captain. Amazing, impressive. And the captain actually takes a wound. Uh-oh. Wow, this will be interesting. But the captain, in his vengeance, swings into militia captain and swings and hits him twice. And with the mighty weapon, he wounds him, leaving him only with 1 wound left. He is still brave, and he still continues to swing, and he swings his mighty swings. And he was impressive. Out of his vain attempt, he was actually able to wound Baalakai, or hit him 3 times. But it was not enough to wound him. the blessings of the plague god was upon him. And with it, the captain roared and pulled back his mighty axe and swings and hits him only once. But that may be all that he needed to wound him. And that was all that he needed. And he succumbed to the mightiness that is Captain Baalakai. Baalakai then says, enough. You guys will submit to me, or you will end up like your leader. And with that, all the Imperial Guardsmen there bow their knees and submit to Baalakai. But Baalakai was not happy enough. He had lost. His pride was hurt due to the formation that was built. And so he forces every last one of the Imperial Guardsmen, or the militia there, to drink the elixir, using it a second time. And in that turns every last one of the remaining into zombies. Baalakai now is very, very pleased with the results.